Happy Friday, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
I hope everyone's had a great week. I'm happy to be here with all of y'all.
Yeah, we've had a great week.
It's been an interesting week, that's for
It
sure,
has.
especially on YouTube.
Oh God, yeah. When is it? When does it ever When is it ever quiet on YouTube?
No, you know that. There are some weeks where it's just popping, and then there are some weeks that it's just quiet. This week was pretty much popping.
Yeah, it was pretty much popping. You're right.
Well, let's say hi to some people that are here. We got Angela. We got
Caddy,
Patty, Gamer Guy. We got Rachel
Rachel,
M. Kirsten. Aw. Sorry to hear about your leg, Gamer Guy.
Yeah.
I'm a very clumsy person myself, so it happens to me all the time. But I hope it's not that bad, honey. But I'm glad you're here, hanging out with us. Maybe we'll get some good laughs in there with you to make the pain kind of not be present in your mind.
This is true. This is what YouTube's about, taking away the pain.
Exactly. And x-rays, hey, that's not a bad thing. I broke my ankle I fractured my ankle in 6 spots and had a plate and 6 screws put in. And then a year after it got put in, my body was rejecting it, that they had to take it out. So when they took it out, they ripped one of the nerves that were part of, my feet, ankle area that I have sensitive, like when I touch the top of my foot, it feels very weird. And if something was to fall on it, it might hurt a little bit. Normally it hurts like tremendous pain. So I get it. I understand. Mm-hmm. X-rays will show what's going on. So that's not a bad thing. So,
yeah, they will. X-rays will show it all.
Hopefully it's not a bad X-ray. You don't need surgery or any of that. And they say, hey, it's just swollen.
Here's hoping.
Yes. Positive vibes. We'll keep thinking about it. But let's see. So we got a lot to cover this week on YouTube.
Oh, God, yeah, we do.
It was an array of everything. Put it that way. We have a little bit of everything. So first thing we should talk about was what we didn't get to talk about last week, which we did talk about Trisha last week, but she had a lot of other stuff going on. But last week she did do her frenemies podcast. Frenemies, oh my God, her enemies. The podcast is so close to frenemies that I keep thinking frenemies. It's enemies, guys. The podcast is enemies.
Yeah, but do you think she did that deliberately?
Definitely. 100% deliberate.
Oh, yeah. And hey, Cindy Lou Who, yeah, I think she did that deliberately.
Yeah, she definitely did.
Mm-hmm. Like Trisha being shady.
Sorry guys, my boyfriend just came home
and hey,
he has his friend over, so I just had to say hi real quick. So on the enemies episode, she talked about Keemstar's new girlfriend.
Because of course she would.
We all, if you have been paying attention, if not, Keemstar has a new girlfriend. There's a very big age difference. She's 20. He's almost 40. He's 39.
Ah, right. See, here's the thing. I knew her age because that's what's been blasted, but I didn't know his age.
Oh, yeah. He's almost 40. He's 39. Listen, my grandparents were 10 years apart. It was also a different time back then.
Yeah. You still there?
Sorry, my boyfriend, even though he knows, when he called me, I said, well, when you come home, I'll be doing the podcast, babe. Sorry, he came in the room really quick. I'm so sorry. He had a long day at work. He literally just walked in the door. So this is the first time I've seen him all day.
Oh.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later. We got some YouTube to talk about. So last week when she was talking about Keemstar, she went in, and I am doing a whole Trisha video about this. The video is literally 80% done. There's a couple things I need to tweak, and that will be out. Either I might put it out tonight while you guys are sleeping. It might just go up tomorrow morning and I'll premiere it for you guys, but it will definitely be done for you tomorrow for you guys to check out. So I'm not going to get into too much detail about what Trisha did because there'll be a lot of detail in that video.
Yep.
But because she did this, Keemstar decided to invite Trisha onto his podcast called Mom's Basement with FaZe Banks.
Yeah, I mean,
Now, this is where it's a big dilemma right now. Ethan, when he even saw that, oh, and the other thing, I have to mention this too. So before Trisha talked about his girlfriend, but also last week what happened was Ethan was doing the H3 podcast, and why he was doing it, we'll get into more details. He ended up getting a strike from Keem. So when Keemstar made the video inviting Trisha, it all just went down very coincidentally, but kind of sketchily, in a sense.
yeah, it did.
Like, it looked really bad because we all know that H3, Ethan Klein's biggest competition hater that he hates, and Keemstar hates him just as much, dislike, whatever you want to call it. They both dislike each other. They both go back and forth with each other. It's a well-known thing that's been happening for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
So Keemstar ended up inviting Trisha, and Trisha accepted the invite.
But why would you see?
Now, me and you have discussed this, and
yeah, we have.
We discussed it in a sense that if, say, something happened between me and you, and then somebody that hates my guts decides to hit you up and say, "Hey, Josh, come on my show," you would say no, because even though something has happened between our friendship meant more to us at that time, even though it's still, we're hurting from the breakup of the friendship, that we still wouldn't betray each other like this. But hey, everyone's entitled to their own opinions.
Yeah, everyone's entitled to do different things, but it's just it's a shady situation. Like the whole thing, it's like side-eyeing them all.
And that's why people are looking at it in a way where they're like, well, why? Why would you do this? I mean, you got to think Trisha's not only just Ethan's podcast friend. That is his future sister-in-law. Her boyfriend, fiance, Trisha's fiance, that's Ethan's brother-in-law. His wife, that's his wife's brother that is dating Trisha. So it makes it even more messy when it gets to be family.
In the realm of like the family stuff, it's like, oh.
Yeah, exactly, Justin. Yes, Trisha is not engaged to Ethan's brother, but Gila, Ethan's wife's brother.
Yeah.
You were close. You were very close. Yeah. So it's a sticky situation for sure.
You're right, Kirsten. It is so messy. Yep, I agree.
And then you have also Keemstar that admitted that he put out a little, not like a TikTok, but a tweet video where he admitted that, yeah, I didn't technically flag his channel, but I did at the CEO of YouTube to let her know what was going on the H3 podcast, which Ethan was doing a podcast, and he had a caller call in, which was a fake caller pretending to be Keemstar's new girlfriend. And she was discussing about Keemstar's manhood, how it was small and how it didn't work, which, yes, that is something. It's crossing the line as well.
That's crossing the line and being petty.
But this is what they do to each other. If you look back at all the Keemstar Ethan drama, you got Keemstar that tweets and talks about how Ethan's wife looks like a horse, and he sends photos of horses out there and tags Ethan, and it's a lot of petty back and forth drama. It is. And Keemstar even admitted on the Mom's Basement podcast, which did come out this week as well. So that came out. So Sunday they did the podcast, but it didn't come out until I want to say it was Monday or Tuesday. It was one of those days. Yeah.
It's one of the days. It's hard.
I know I waited for that podcast and I listened to it, and it was Wednesday it came out, because I was going to actually listen with you guys on Wednesday night, and I was like, kind of just wanted to make this nice long Trisha video and explaining everything happening. Yeah. So in the podcast, though, Keemstar admits that he loves to troll. He loves to do this petty back and forth stuff. That is who he is. Ethan is kind of similar in that sense that he does things as well. I just feel like my opinion, that Keemstar sometimes goes a little too far. And I feel like he saw the opportunity and it was like, well, she's talking about me anyways. And he had just kind of said to everyone the week before on the Mom's Basement episode about how he had this new girlfriend, because he was not allowing her to follow him, not allowing him or her to post pictures of each other on social media. And it was a whole big thing kind of to hide her away. And then it was like, yeah, I got a girlfriend. Look at who she is, guys. So it was very interesting. But to go back, Keemstar and Trisha sat down with FaZe Banks. It was a very calm, interesting, informative podcast. And Keemstar said, like I said, he didn't strike the channel directly, but he did tweet the CEO of YouTube. And there is, yes, a big thing on YouTube where it's okay for one creator, but it's not okay for the other. And that is very evident when it comes to certain things.
Yes.
Especially when you do things that are against, I guess you would say, TOS in that sense.
Yeah.
It was, I honestly, and Keem kept saying, Gabby is very misunderstood because they brought up Gabby Hanna, and Gabby Hanna to Trisha, that's her arch enemy. That would be someone she would never go and have a, as Trisha calls it, discussion, because he wanted to debate Trisha on this podcast, and it literally was a discussion. And she kept saying, this is what I do. I like to have discussions with people. I always go on people's podcasts. I've only got 4 podcasts that Trisha's been in, and she just happens to mention those same 4, and she can't get past those same 4 to think of any other ones she's been on.
Yeah, because I was about to turn around and say, all the podcasts Trisha could have chosen, she chose the Mom's Basement podcast. Like, okay. She chose that one.
She's engaged to Gila's brother, Moses. Yes. And Moses went over there and hung out with all of them as well. I mean, so Ethan, they posted the picture of Trisha, Keem, and FaZe Banks on the couch. Ethan saw it. He retweeted it. And all he said was like, I have the tweet. Let me put it up on screen for you. Mm-hmm. You could tell he was just saddened by it. You can tell this really got to Ethan. He was just hurt. And I would feel very much like Ethan did.
Yeah, me too.
Hurt that this is the biggest betray. And there's no coming back kind of a feeling from this. Like, you did this to me. What else would you do if just one little thing happened? Like, it sucks. It sucks.
It does.
So this is the tweet that he put up. It says, I'm not even going to front or try to be funny. This just really makes me sad. Mm. You got Keem giving the middle finger. You got Trisha, happy as all can be in the middle, and FaZe Banks right there. So, yeah. I can see where he's upset. Well, Ethan also then, the same day, I'll put up this next tweet up there for us, tweeted how Gabby Hanna has hit up Ethan after the Enemies podcast broke up, and how he hasn't even responded to Gabby because that's not something he would even do to Trisha. Even with everything that's happened, he would never do that to her. And I can see for sure Gabby Hanna doing this, and Gabby Hanna also admitted that she did tweet Ethan. Now she's saying that it's, it wasn't immediately after the Frenemies podcast broke up. Sorry for the sirens in the background.
That is because Gabby Hanna is full of mess. She's a messy YouTuber. Well, she thrives on it. Yes. Yeah, she thrives on it. Yeah.
Well, Ethan says, Gabby Hanna messaged me immediately after Frenemies broke up, trying to get on the podcast. I knew it would be an interesting show with lots of views to be had, but I didn't even respond to her and still haven't. Some things you just don't do. I would never do that to Trisha. And I agree. That just shows kind of what kind of a person Ethan is.
Yep, it does.
I also have Gabby's real quick replying to Ethan, because we got to show what Gabby said, because at least to be fair, show all sides and have all of the things out there for everybody to see. Yeah. Gabby did reply back with saying this beautiful tweet right here. I didn't message immediately after Frenemies broke up. I messaged immediately after I put out the evidence of the lies and Trisha that you and Trisha spread on Frenemies. Still would like the opportunity to defend myself on the platform I was harassed and slandered on, please. Well, if you look at the time when she put out the evidence and the lies, it just so happened to be like a day or two after Frenemies broke up.
But but the thing with Gabby is she's got this whole "I'm the victim" complex going on. So everyone
immediately afterwards,
everyone harasses her.
Yeah.
It's like, girl.
No. I see. I don't think she needs to understand, and I know she understands as a YouTuber that's been on YouTube for a long time, not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone's going to say nice things about you. And as a creator, you are putting yourself out there for people to make comments on what you are doing and saying.
Of course.
No matter what you do, no how big or small you are, it's gonna happen.
It's what happens when you become a YouTuber.
I don't know if you guys can hear the phone ringing, but it's annoying me. So.
No, I can't. But that's what happens.
Thank God for that.
Well, I can't hear it anyway, but you know me, I'm deaf, so it's all good. So we're becoming a YouTuber, public figure. You're gonna get backlash. You're gonna get things if you say things or do things that somebody doesn't like. So,
what people think are slander or harassment sometimes is not that at all. It's a personal opinion that someone is giving. Yes, it might not be done in the best fashion. It might not be said in the best light. But that's not always slander and harassment. Harassment to me is if they're physically going like after you.
Like if it's a constant thing, like day after day after day, they're bringing up the same thing over and over again. That would be classed as harassment.
It depends on what you're doing, though. If you're doing something every day to be talked about, I can understand. But it's doing things intentionally to harass somebody. If someone's doing absolutely nothing to you and they're commenting on it, then yes, that is considered harassment in my eyes. It's my opinion. Everyone's opinion is different.
Yeah.
So I can understand. Also, with this whole mess, I also noticed that same day that Trisha went on the podcast with Keemstar also tweeted out a beautiful photo that I need to show you guys. Let me pull that up really quick because it's very interesting as well. And this got me thinking, what is Keemstar's intentions as well? Now, he said in the podcast, Gabby's just misunderstood, guys. Well, he tweets this out after he tweeted the photo of him, Trisha, and FaZe. He tweets this one out saying, Ethan, hit my... I have to make it bigger for me. Ethan, hit my line. Let's do you next. Now, I've looked at each photo thoroughly to see that, yes, they both have this. He has the same shirt on. He has jeans on in the last one. You can't see the shoes, so I can't say if they have the same shoes. FaZe has the same t-shirt on. He has the same jeans on. He has a watch on in the other photo, but there's no watch on here. So at first I was thinking, well, maybe it was like a setup. It was an old photo type of thing, and they made sure to wear the same outfit. I did look into it to make sure that what I was seeing was actually what I was seeing. Here's a bigger view of it. I have another Keemstar. So there was another photo that he also posted with Gabby. Let me pull that tweet up. They're not in order today, so I'm going one by one. Usually I can go skip to the next. It's easy that way when I have them in order, but they're not because there was just so much stuff with this.
Yes, Justin, I would too.
And let's see. Ethan is the same guy who got Keem's big, pulled out and cost him money, yes. And then Trisha couldn't say no to everything and has little to do with Keem, in my opinion. All I know is someone called, the thing with that is Trisha had talked so much crap about Keemstar, and she did 27 TikToks before the podcast episode came out. And in those TikToks, she says, we didn't even really talk about Ethan. We didn't even really talk about him at all. We mentioned about his channel being striped and all of that. But when you listen to the podcast, there's a lot of Ethan talk. So she definitely spread that lie a little. That was definitely an exaggerated truth. They talked a lot about Ethan on that podcast.
But it's Trisha. What else did you expect?
Exactly. I hate to say it that way, but exactly.
Yeah.
So then this also says, Dear Internet, prepare for my next big magic trick. As you can see, he has that same shirt on. She has the overalls on. And I'm like, okay, so and I still can't figure it out. We got to wait till next week's Mom's Basement to see if, they did maybe one with Gabby the same day. But it just so happened that Trisha was there. Keem had something to do because they said they had to cut the episode short. And then next thing you know, Gabby Hanna is hanging out with Keem. So maybe Gabby is friends with Keem. It could be just that. And they decided, hey, FaZe is here. Let's just take a picture for, shits and giggles. Like,
well, yeah,
and make it look
happen.
like, you're the next thing we're talking about.
Yep,
I mean,
that could
at
happen.
this point, we don't know.
It's still shady.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
It is. It's very interesting. And I can't wait to see what next week's podcast is definitely going to be about. If he did have Gabby Hanna on the podcast, or if she just was hanging out with him and his new girlfriend, because you can also see from his Twitter page that they did like a 3D chess, like the big chess board. They're playing chess outside. And then you can look at Gabby's Twitter, and she was taking pictures like that by the pool, hanging out. So who knows? They might have just been hanging out. And like I said, decided, hey, we're already over here. Let's take a picture really quick. So we'll have to wait to find out that mess. But next thing that happened in this mess of a mess was that Ethan was able to do a podcast for H3, and he came back after receiving a strike on the channel last week. The video was titled, "I'm Done with Trisha Paytas, Off the Rails, number 8. The podcast started off with a nice little skit that did make Josh and me laugh when we watched it.
It was funny.
It was, and it wasn't anything bad.
No.
Then Ethan started talking about how Trisha started to follow Keemstar, and how Keemstar then invited Trisha onto Mom's Basement. Ethan at first said he thought it wasn't going to happen, that Trisha would never do that, and it was beneath her, even with all the animosity, but it did. And that's when he shared the photo that Keem had posted. Ethan was confused to why Trisha would do this to him. And he said he was going to take the high road on all of this, but he was so sick of Trisha disrespecting him, his family, causing issues, lying, that he felt she went as low as possible, and he just wanted to lay it all on the table and move on with his life from Trisha. He even admitted that he was so close to privating all of the Frenemies episodes over the weekend but he didn't, and he's still paying her for the podcast that she's still receiving huge checks for, but ultimately he didn't, because they have a verbal contract, and he knows, we got this verbal contract, I know better. Like, he's just, I would do the same thing.
Yeah. Hey, Vixen.
Plus, he knew that people would upload them anyways, and also most of the episodes show all of her contradictions anyways, which I agree. Let them stay. Hello, Vixen. Might as well stay up for everybody to see at that point.
Yeah. Might as well.
Right? So Ethan also then went into how he made one tweet about the photo. He said, I'm not going to lie or try to be funny. This really makes me sad. But this one tweet that he made led to Trisha making 27 TikToks, a 42-minute YouTube video, and 23 tweets about Ethan. So 51 responses altogether and one on his.
Like, come on. That's a lot.
I hate this. With Trisha and this whole incident, and even when other people do it, I feel like when people make so many TikToks and tweets and things like that they're trying to prove or trying to convince, or it's going above and beyond, in my opinion. And why are you doing all of these responses? Are you trying to persuade somebody that you didn't do something that you did? Like,
yeah, like
that's kind of what I felt like. I watched even more than 27 TikToks by Trisha, and that will be in the video that I will put some in there for you, but I will talk about all of the TikToks so you don't have to go watch all 27 of them yourself. And the 42-minute video she did. So all that will be in the Trisha video that will be coming out for sure tomorrow morning. Hello, Police Wife Life. And like I said, it was just, I get it. They're both hurt. They're both hurt.
Yeah, I get it. But
Ethan's
it's just
hurt by what Trisha did. She's hurt by Ethan not putting out the final episode and not, showing the text to the staff. But at this point, you're almost family.
Yeah.
And it's not just we're friends and we're not friends anymore. Let's just, you do you, I do me. That's that. And hello, Rebecca. You slipped right in. I almost didn't see you.
I saw her.
That they need to kind of sit down and chat and clear the air. The whole reason that Trisha went on Keemstar's podcast was because she likes to sit down and have discussions with people. So if that is the case, then why can't you do the same with you and Ethan? Sit down and talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they need to sit down and have a conversation and talk it out. Because all this back and forth online is just it's
only gonna cause more issues. And even Ethan's mom tweeted, who is now
I saw that and I was like,
she's like, so excited to go to the wedding, not. And it's like, you're hurting his mother now. Because, my mom would know who the person I dislike the most is because this is what they did to me. And she would feel betrayed as well. Yeah. Just knowing, this is your best friend and I did this for your best friend. And it's also family. So it's making such a divide that Trisha the whole time and all of the TikToks is like, I just think that Ethan and Keem need to sit down and talk. Well, I think you and Ethan need to sit down and talk.
Yeah.
I think
take your own advice there.
You need to talk as well. Y'all need to talk. That's adulting. We're all adults. I know sometimes it's not so easy to talk to somebody that does harsh and mean things to each other, and it's not an easy thing to do, but you have to get to that point where you can just kind of breathe and say, listen, this needs to happen, and we need to do this for the better of everyone, everything, and especially when it comes to family, for the family.
Exactly. So, they're gonna be family, and it's like, really, this is how they want to get down. This is how they want everything to go down. Like, okay, that's going to cause issues.
Ethan is a man baby. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I do find him funny. I do find things that Keem says sometimes funny. Not everything, though. But there are things that Ethan does that I don't find funny as well. The skit that they had in the beginning of the H3 episode was very funny. Me and
that
Josh
was funny. Yeah, that was funny
when we were watching it. But and I feel like Keem is acting. And he even says, when he's talking about his girlfriend in the podcast previous to Trisha on Mom's Basement, that his girlfriend doesn't know his online persona. So he is putting on an act for people when he's on YouTube.
But that's going to fail, though, because...
It's worked, Josh. It's worked. Look how long he's been on YouTube.
Well, yeah, but... I suppose...
It's worked. It has worked.
I suppose in some cases it works, but in others...
It works for certain people, yes.
Yes.
It's not going to work for everybody.
Yeah. And, some people can't keep their mask on for very long.
But for the most part, Keem does also tell it like it is. And that's the problem. There's always two sides to every story. There's always two sides to every story.
Well,
and somewhere in the middle lies
the truth. That's what I was about to turn around and say. Like, you have one side, the other side, and somewhere in the middle is the truth of the actual matter.
Yes. But also, one person can be absolutely right, but so can the other person. It's just how people perceive things. And that's why when you talk about it, maybe then that's when you like, well, I didn't know you felt that way, and I felt this way because I thought you felt that way. That's when things get found out. That's when things get solved and resolved. Like, I mean, there's a lot going on there. And like I said, hi, JJ.
There is a lot going on right there.
The Trisha video will explain a lot more.
A lot,
of her part onto this and everything going on with her. And it will talk a little bit more about everything going on here as well. But pretty much that sums up all of the craziness between Keem, Ethan, Trisha, with a sprinkle of Gabby on there for y'all.
because Gabby's got to be involved in everything.
She's got to insert herself. It's kind of like I feel like that's a KJ move.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe KJ got that from Gabby, or Gabby got that from KJ. Who the hell knows? But they do it. It's maybe part of the narcissistic personality. Like,
yeah, it probably is.
But that's my opinion too, because we don't.
We can't diagnose. We're not doctors, and we can't diagnose
as well. Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, so that is that whole mess of a mess. You will get the rest of the mess, like I said, tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to just put it out tonight when I'm done, which might be like 3 a.m. technically. Or like I said, I'll just premiere it for you guys, whatever you guys think. If you want to premiere for the video, I'll premiere it for you guys. If you guys think I should just put it out for you guys, I don't mind. I'll just put it out. Whatever you guys want, I'll be happy to do. But I am going to finish that up as soon as I get off of here. I got, like I said, 80% done. There's that 20% of tweaking that I need to do. And then it's all set. Hello, Tina's Crazy Life. Yay, you woke up in time, sort of. Hey, you're here. That's all that matters.
It is.
Yeah, a sprinkle of Gabby is probably enough. It is just enough.
Yeah.
It is just enough. I don't know if I could have handled any more Gabby.
No.
But like I said, we'll find out next week when the Mom's Basement podcast comes out. If he actually did a podcast with Gabby the same day like that. Like I said, no matter what, Gabby ended up hanging out with them the same day that Trisha was there the same day. Like, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe they were like, hey, Gabby, just come on over, like, you know, and maybe you'll get to catch Trisha and then you guys can talk. Like, I don't know, but these are the things that I think about. I'm like, it's just kind of weird how that all turned out.
It is kind of weird.
Yes. But speaking of KJ, we got to update y'all on the KJ. More of Todd Chrisley than KJ of anything. I mean,
because he's going at her hard.
KJ does what she wants to do, and this week on Chrisley Confessions, Todd did update. He did mention KJ on it, and I have it for us so we can listen together, guys. Yay. It's not long. It's about, I would say, 15 minutes. I kind of made sure to crop out the little commercial break and all of that good stuff for us. So I'm going to share that video file for us all so we can listen to it together and debate it together, because I thought was very interesting that he keeps just calling KJ out on her bullshit that she likes to spew. And at this point, from what I can see, it's a lot of just BS on KJ's part. But she's going through a lot I don't know if she can keep track of everything that's happening. Because she's going through a lot between Todd, McCrae, ROs that she's filing. There's a lot going on in her life. Yeah, he's definitely not playing. Definitely.
Nope, he's not playing.
Gotta love him.
Good. Busy but good.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Of course, it starts as soon as I pull it up. All right,
Of course it did.
This was the very first thing that he came on the podcast and talked about this week. And the link is in the description if you want to listen to the whole podcast, because I did listen to the whole thing. It was even interesting afterwards. A caller actually called in and asked Todd what him and his wife and kids' zodiac signs were, and they talked a little bit about astrology, which we will be doing another astrology stream this Monday with you guys.
Yeah.
Which I'm loving. I'm loving learning about it, and I'm loving getting to share with you guys. And a little insight, my horoscope was definitely on track this week. For sure.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll talk about that on Monday with you guys.
Busy is good. Idle hands are the devil's workshop.
Yeah. They say better to burn out than fade out, I guess.
Very true.
This
Very
is so true.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump right in. Last
good.
week's podcast got so much traction and so many people reaching out to us and whatever. And so I wanted to kind of jump in and address a few things regarding the whole Katie Joy saga. And then we'll move on and take callers because I'm not dedicating my whole podcast.
That's a great
to
part,
that.
Rebecca.
We are, regardless of what you may read on social media, folks, which I'm not going to engage in any longer because I'm just not going to give it my time.
So he's not going to engage on social media, that includes Twitter, any longer with this BS, which I don't blame him.
I don't blame him for that one.
I can only imagine all of the stuff that Tati received during that whole lawsuit, let alone Salty
yeah.
and the lawyers and all that.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine what he's getting.
The lawsuit that I am filing against Katie Joy is absolutely 100% happening. The narrative has been switched. No one has ever accused Katie Joy or said Katie Joy was having any kind of relationship with Josh Waits. Again,
that made me laugh. I was like, wait.
What? Okay.
So we find out in this that the lawsuit that is all this is going. So Todd Chrisley is suing John Waits.
Okay.
Josh Waits. Josh Waits is kind of having to do with all of this is how KJ is playing into it with the defamation and all of that. So that's kind of where this name pops in. I'm looking into who this guy is even more because I'm not really too sure who he is. But that's probably why we can't find just KJ's name with the lawsuit. And he does explain it more that it's not filed with the court. It's just back and forth lawyer stuff right now, which means it's not in suit yet. When they put it into suit, that's when all of that crap will be on Pacer. Right now, it's the back and forth between the lawyers still.
Yeah.
she wants to take what has been said about Lindsay and then convert it over to her, because in her mind, she's actually becoming Lindsay. I don't know if she's looking into that or whatever, or trying to. But with that being said, no one ever said that.
So he pretty much just said that KJ wants to be Lindsay. I kind of think so.
She clearly should listen to an attorney that has the legal experience to guide her, because the things that she are just absolutely crazy. I mean, yes, she's going to be deposed. Now, she can sit and put on.
I hate to tell you, Todd, a lot of people gave her that advice with the last lawsuit, just to zip it, and she didn't do it. So I think she's going to keep talking, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Twitter, I don't give a shit if she tweets till the cows come home that she's not going to be deposed. She's being deposed. We will have her deposition notice certified in the federal court of her home state. And my folks are going there and going to that deposition as well. I will sit across the table from her. And
I wish I could be there when he sits across the table from her. I wish there would be cameras in the room.
God, that would be hilarious to watch.
Because if any of you watch the Chrisley's TV show, you get an inside look at who Todd Chrisley is. I can see Todd sitting there very much with his hands crossed, sitting there just smiling at her. And and when you're in a deposition, you can't say anything until you're asked. I can see him just doing that the whole time until it's his turn to talk. He answered very respectfully and very sophisticatedly like he is. And then you're going to have her, which she just seems to be, my opinion, an emotional ball of emotions, which I understand. She's going through a lot. But she's definitely going to be like, no. With depositions, you can only talk when you are asked to talk. So.
You can see that happening.
Oh my God. I would love to be a lovely ladybug taking it all in. And ladybugs are my favorite insect, by the way. You know me too well, Angela. I love it. Love it, girl.
Deposed. So I don't care how much rantings and ravings that she says on her little thing that she does, YouTube or whatever it's called.
Little thing that she got.
I don't care what she says. She's going to be deposed.
Oh, I can imagine.
I don't care what she says about we're trying to blackmail and extort her. No, we're not. It's been done through the attorneys. The attorneys have made their list of things that they need from her. If she chooses not to give those things, that's fine. We'll get them when the lawsuit's filed,
to answer this.
And then we go to discovery. That's how it works. We will our lawsuit. She will have 30 days, 45 days to respond to it with her countersuit, which we fully anticipate, which should be fun.
Which will definitely be fun. And I'm so glad you're loving the live chats. Oh, I love you, honey. I love that you're here with us. Everyone, I love that everyone's here with us. We always have so much fun together. Thank you all for being here. I really do. I love having fun with you all. And I love listening to this.
She's going to sue me for the fame of me. But that'll happen 30 to 45 days later. After that, then we start discovery.
There you go.
We will then depose her in that.
So pretty much what he just explains is he'll have the deposition. Once they don't agree on anything, that's when the case gets filed into suit. That's when all the discoveries come. And that's when you'll see those on Pacer and things like that, because that gets filed through the court system.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine the discovery that's going to come out though? Like, oh, I would not like to be the lawyer in charge of that.
I wonder who's going to be her. Well, it's going to have to be a Minnesota lawyer.
Yeah, but
yeah, I agree, Rachel. Sorry, I put the wrong one up. I was gonna say you can say he's fed up by explaining this to people. His voice just sounds like he's over it all. I agree.
Yeah, it does. But then we'd all be over it by now, wouldn't we?
At least you have a heating pad on your neck, honey. And remember, hot, cold, hot, cold. So hot for 20 minutes, off for 20 minutes. Cold for 20 minutes, then off for 20 minutes. That's the best remedy for when you have neck pain, honey. I'm so sorry. I know she slept on it wrong. I feel so bad because I have those nights and it hurts my neck. So I can only imagine how much she's hurting. Hello, girl, Cherry. Oh my God, it's so good to see you.
Hey.
You have not missed it all, girl. You have not missed it all. Do not worry. You just missed all of the Keemstar, Ethan, Trisha with a sprinkle of Gabby drama. We just started to get into the Chrisley KJ drama. Recap, update, as I call it, the update of what's going on.
That that lawsuit. Now, keep in mind, I've got a lawsuit against Josh Waits, and we're bringing her in. We are going to depose her because she was involved in slandering me about things that were not true. We have gone through every video and every tweet. Thank God for these folks at Reddit, because they
gotta love the Reddit group there, guys. Mm-hmm. And I will say that they do. And it's a large Reddit group, so there's always somebody watching. There's always someone posting everything. So I can always the evidence he has. Yeah, Todd is too happy, yeah. Yeah. He mentioned suing people, lawyers, numerous times on his show. He does. And you know what? That's just how some people are, unfortunately. And this world has gotten a little bit more sue happy. And that's why I want to be in a law office where I'm actually doing good and helping people that actually had something bad happen to them or are either in jail that should not be in jail for the things that they're doing. And I hope to one day be in that law office and doing good work in this world of ours.
Copied everything. They have turned all this stuff over. They've created some kind of Reddit box. It's been turned over to our attorneys.
A Reddit box.
We've gone through all of this.
Can I have it?
I can't tell how many things that she has reported with, and I have a source. I have verified this. Nowhere in public documents does it say that I kept my children from their mother.
True.
As a matter of fact, if her research, she would know that my two oldest children's mother owes me over $1 million in back child support, and she's never paid it.
And that's what happens when you don't do your research and you only hear from a quote unquote source. Now, there's probably things that I hate to say it, his oldest daughter and oldest son don't really, they were probably told this, or they're not really aware of everything because they were so young when all of this happened with their mother as well. They probably know as adults because he's explained it to them, but there is still, he knows more because he was going through it while they were the kids. Yes, a bath would be amazing when your body hurts. Oh, a nice warm bubble bath with like a bath bomb. Oh, sounds so good. Maybe a little bit of, champagne, or in my case, a little bit of a joint, that always helps. Yeah. Too. A nice relaxing bubble bath for sure.
Oh yeah.
Nor did she ever exercise her visitation. So you can't keep somebody from someone who doesn't want to show up. So she didn't find that in public documents, folks. She didn't find in public documents where, I am gay. She didn't find that there.
I mean, clearly
she speculated that, folks. She put it in a video.
Doesn't mean that you're not bisexual, but again, she definitely didn't find that anywhere in public documents because he's never ever said that. He has had a wife. He's had 2 wives to be exact. So, I mean, maybe a little bit, as we say, metrosexual. But I don't mind a guy that likes to take care of himself and has a nice taste in fashion. I mean, shit, that's more we got to talk about. I love it. That's a good thing.
Video, just like she said it about so many other people. This woman talks because she has no one to talk to.
So true, Rebecca.
She lives and thrives off of sitting in front of that computer because she thinks it makes her famous. It doesn't. When she says that she's a journalist, let's go back through all the videos that Reddit has put out here for us. 1 minute she's a journalist, 1 minute she's a private citizen. 1 minute she's a blogger, 1 minute she's a commentator. Pick a hat and wear it.
Oh, that was my favorite. Pick a hat and wear it. And Tina, you got to confirm that you have it. Oh, no, babe.
No, Tina.
I am praying and hoping that you get better so soon because that means you and hubby got it. Oh,
I'm sending you so many positive vibes, honey.
Oh, if there's anything we can do. I know it's hard, but let me know if we can do anything, babe. Just know that we're here, especially if you want to rant and rave about it. I get it. I'm here to listen. I'm a good listener too. Oh,
Me
babe,
too.
that makes me so bummed out. I know that you got hubby tested, and then that's what you were worried about. Oh, babe.
But regardless of that, she is not immune to litigation. She can be sued. Now, I mean, in her mind, she thinks all she wants to run off of is 12-count indictment. This 12-count indictment, that is going to go to court. We're going to see where that goes.
A dunce hat
We're
would look
sitting
good.
on evidence that is shocking. Just like we have blown the whole Georgia Department of Revenue apart with the evidence that we had there. The evidence that we're sitting on, we didn't turn over every recording. We're sitting on major recording. But we're going.
Well, you can't give all of the evidence you have at once. He's a smart man. You only want to give a little bit. That way, if you do have to turn it in and make it a case with the court system, that's when you provide all the evidence. Here you go. This is everything.
Yeah.
You don't want to give it all, especially when it's at the lawyer's point where they're going back and forth with the lawyers.
No, you
don't want to give it all away.
Going to wait until the timing is right for those recordings to come out. So stop hanging your hat thinking you're shaming me about this indictment and about 12 counts and this, that, and the other. I'm not running from that, Katie. Don't care what you say about that because you have no facts. You don't know what we know.
Oh.
But what you don't know is what we know. That's what you need to be worried about because
exactly. She has no clue what he knows. No clue.
No.
She can speculate and figure out what he knows, but she has no actual proof.
She doesn't.
Yeah, he got a whole Reddit box so we can go on Reddit and see everything ourselves. But he also got a whole bunch of other stuff that his lawyers found and that other people besides Reddit gave to him. So,
because at the end of the day, all of those statements you've made and the communications that you've had via text and via direct message and message on Twitter and using all these multiple phones and stuff, you'd be surprised at what we already have and what people have turned over. Now, yes, some of these people that she's talking to are talking shit about other people as well. But it's proof that Katie Joy is actually communicating with other third parties about individuals that I'm going to make public about other individuals, and she's slandering them.
And she's worried about Todd slandering her. She is doing it just as worse, if not even worse, to other people.
Yeah. What
he's doing is not slander. He's giving his opinion. And there's a big difference. What she is doing, she is giving her opinion in a lot of situations, but there's a lot of things she has put slander on people's names.
She has.
Kind of sounded like he had her phone tapped. Just a little bit.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah, that would be something, Angela. That would definitely be something if he got in touch with Todd.
We're going to turn this information over to these individuals and let them decide whether or not they want to file a lawsuit. I think it's now on Twitter. I think somebody said that I'm funding whatever this new lawsuit is. I forget the guy's name, Steve. That I'm funding his lawsuit. Never met Steve. Don't know Steve. Have not funded his lawsuit. Have no desire to fund his lawsuit. I look at it this way. If you're going to sue somebody, you need to have the pocket to be able to back it up.
Thank you.
There you go. From the horse's mouth.
I hate to say, but it's true. If you want to sue somebody, you gotta have all of that and then some. So right there, for all the people that think Todd is funding Steve McRae's lawsuit against KJ, it's not happening. It's not happening.
I'm suing you, Katie, because I've got the money. I'm going to back it up. This bullshit where she posts that I wear $3,000 pajamas. It's probably shocking. What? I didn't wear any at all.
I think he doesn't wear
so shit. Another lie.
The best thing to go is
Commando.
Not that I do it personally, but shit, why not? $3,000 pajamas. I'm in a t-shirt and shorts. If I had $3,000 to spend on something, it would be a nice outfit that everyone can see, not pajamas. But I love that part. I love that part.
Like, oh my God.
Hello, Barrett.
But she's going to get to prove everything that she has said about Todd Chrisley or Todd Chrisley's family. She's either going to prove it or she's going to acknowledge that she lied, which therefore she defamed me and my family. I don't care about your sources anymore because the only source you have is one. We know who that one source is now.
We do.
We have the phone records. We have messages. We know who the one source is. We're not trying to extort Katie for her to tell on Lindsay. It's already been told. Katie's already told it through multiple videos that her source was Lindsay.
True facts there, guys. That is true facts. Even IG videos where she's like, I just got off the phone with Lindsay today. Or I just had a long conversation with Lindsay. Oh, me and Lindsay have been texting all that. It's clear who the source is.
It's very clear. Like,
and if you
there's no denying it.
Yeah. If you watch the Chrisley's Knows Best show, you know that Lindsay used to be on the show. There was a falling out. And she is no longer on the show. So there is some animosity there between him and his oldest daughter. There is, unfortunately. It's a very unfortunate event, but it's there.
She's already given that up. So it's just stupid, the things that she says, not sitting for a deposition. She's not going to do this. She's not going to exactly what the court says she's going to do.
That's true.
And they will order her to sit for the deposition. So I'm not going to get on Twitter anymore and waste my time on something like that, because at the end of the day, ignorance is bliss, and that's where she resides. So, everything comes out in the wash. That's what's going to happen. Yep. I will encourage people that truly want to know the truth. Don't go to trash rags like that site because there's nothing truthful coming out of it. This woman makes a living, folks, harming other people off of lies.
It's kind of true. And you can see it with just all the, as much as I'm interested in the Duggar lifestyle, you can tell that's what she does with the Duggars and many other people.
Yep, it's so true.
About other people. That's what she does. And at the end of the day, we shouldn't be rewarding that.
We shouldn't.
She's going to the FBI. She's not going to the FBI. Folks, there's been no crime committed. Just like there's been there is no open investigation FBI about a sex tape. Here's the thing about a sex tape. I've never had a sex tape, never seen the sex tape. And now it's coming out that there was no sex tape. There's that, folks. Katie Joy. In a video, Katie Joy says that the friend said there was no sex tape, but it doesn't matter anyway. Well, yeah, it does kind of matter, because if you're using a sex tape to extort and blackmail someone, you'd actually need to have that tape.
Very true. Very true.
That's true.
This is where I've actually learned more about this tape. And it's been, rumor that he had bought it and used it to blackmail his daughter. And that's why, and not saying that what he's saying is true, because again, somewhere in the middle is the truth. But at this point now, KJ is saying there is no tape. And if you're trying to extort someone using the tape as the extortion,
you might need the tape.
You might need the tape. And now there is no tape. So you said this before that there was a tape, and now you're saying there is no tape. What is the? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Or you don't have any leverage. So that just never happened. But yet here she is backing up a story, a narrative that was given to her to push an agenda. But at the end of the day, it's what it is. It's all going to come out in the wash. There are so many lies that this woman has told that her story just,
it's all
the more she talks and the more she tweets, the more my side is thrilled with it. The more the side of, I saw on Twitter where there's, multiple other people that are looking at hiring attorneys to file suit against her. I look forward to that. If there is anything that my legal team can do to assist anyone else who has gone through what we have gone through at the hands of Katie Joy, then I will make our attorneys available to your counsel to turn over what we have that if it can assist you.
He's not playing.
That's being very helpful and
it is
generous. And I'm pretty sure that there's enough people out there that would help them as well. So whatever his team doesn't help with, there are other people. There's just, unfortunately for KJ, she has a lot more haters than she does stands. The stands do stand for her very much, but the haters also hate very hard. And I can't say that I'm a KJ hater. I just dislike what she does. I am not that crazy to do what some of these people do. I will say that. And what they do to her is just a bit over the top.
It's a bit, they do go a bit overboard.
But what she also does is
too much.
Too much. Exactly.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's just how it is.
Oh, yeah.
The Duggars need to check her out. I agree. I've always said, though, Jim Bob is the type that unless he knows for a fact that even if he has all the evidence, unless he knows for a fact that he's going to win that lawsuit, he probably won't. And he doesn't want his name out there as much as it already is with everything that's going on. So he's kind of that type, but you never know. You never know.
That you don't.
So we're here to assist anyone who has been harmed by Katie Joy. Now, my social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter have blown up with people sending me stuff. From past to present, to people that was in Katie's life 6 years ago, to people that's in her life today, to people that they socialize with. I mean, so many things that people are sending us. I can't even, when I tell you, it's not an exaggeration, folks. They had to clean out my Instagram box yesterday because I had so many messages that had reached capacity.
Wow.
That's a lot of goddamn messages. I would love to know. I would just like to know, just because I'm curious, how many messages it takes before you can't get another message on Instagram. I'm just curious to know the number. Like, what is the number where it's too much and you can't get another one? Like, with your voicemail, if you have 20 voicemails, your voicemail's full, you got to delete them out. I would love to just know the number.
Me too.
How many people out there have been wronged or have a bad taste in their mouth because of the harmful way that Katie Joy does her business. So it's disgusting. It's appalling. And, you know, I learned something years ago. You don't with a pig, because if you do, you're going to get muddy. And guess what, folks? The pig loves mud.
That is true. And this is where the commercial came in. So I'm going to read this. And part 2 is literally like 2 more minutes. And that's it. So let me put on the part 2 for you guys. And we can hear the last little bit of what Todd has to say. But he's right. If you want to play with a pig, you're going to get muddy. That's why I put the pig emoji back.
Okay, so I just did a Google search on how many messages can you have on Instagram before it's full. And it says there is no exact limit for the Instagram direct messages DMs, but accounts can send 50 to 100 DMs per day. You need to take 24 hours break after hitting the limit on Instagram DMs. So there's no limit.
Limit, but you
can
get
only
100 to receive. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
to send. You can only send 100.
But how many can you receive a day? 50?
It doesn't matter. It's unlimited.
So it got to the point that it was so much probably coming in at once that it just crowded that inbox that maybe Instagram didn't even realize that we got to put a limit on this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's very interesting to know.
There's no limit.
I still want to know how many he had, just for curiosity.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Away from the pig in the mud, and I'm going to try to take the high road, and I'm going to let my attorneys do what they do best, and that is exposing crimes that have been committed or actions that have been committed against me and my family that are wrongful and that there's liability towards. That's what I'm going to let them do. So, me saying that Katie is delusional, that's my opinion. That's not slander. That's not defamation. Me saying that Katie is deranged, that's not slanderous. That's not defamation. That's my opinion.
That is.
So hopefully they'll figure out the true definition of slander and defamation. But with that being said, I've talked enough about it. I've given it enough time. I'm not going to be engaging on all this mess with if there is something that requires a response from me, then I will make that response. But if you are looking for assistance from me or my team, I want to understand something too. I want everyone to understand something. Katie said,
and you're right, probably, Rebecca. It probably has to do too with the size when receiving files and stuff too that are too big. Yes, that definitely has something to play with as well. Yeah, you can send videos and photos and all of that stuff on Instagram, so I can only imagine.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I don't think I've seen that movie in such a long time.
Oh wow.
We're gonna have to recap that movie. I can see
that she had a hearing and that someone hacked into or someone gave a password for people to be able to go on video and hear, her hearing or whatever. Again, she doesn't know the law.
Uh-oh.
Courtrooms are open to the public unless the judge seals that courtroom.
Okay. Thank you.
The judge didn't seal that courtroom. It was open. All you had to do was register or call in to, all you had to do was to call in and make sure you were going to have a spot on there. You can't stop people from coming into the courtroom unless the judge closes it. And he did.
That's true. So also she was saying in tweets and stuff this week that when she did the RO, it was a call-in RO kind of talk back and forth with the judge.
Yeah.
That someone gave out the password and there were people in there that should not have been in there. KJ was saying it was closed. But that is kind of true. Unless the judge actually closes it and deems it as a closed case, majority of cases are not closed unless it's a big portion of the ones that are closed kind of to the public, or not even to the public, but if there's certain situations to do with minors and things like that, those are more what are going to be closed, because then they're trying to protect the privacy of the minor and all of that.
This is true.
I can't say if this is true or not, but what he is saying is absolutely true. Unless the judge makes it a closed case deal, then yes, they can't go in there. By the way, it sounds like maybe him or his attorney knew this, called in, and was able to listen to everything, because he seems to know a lot about it.
did not close it. So again, just more rhetoric, just more BS, just something else to put out there to deflect from what is actually coming at her. The fact is that she now has a lawsuit that has been filed against her in her home state and its proper venue. The fact is that there are multiple other lawsuits outside of mine that I have been told and that we have been told are coming her way. And those are next 15 to 20 days, based off of what we've been told. Folks, I'm saying based off of what we've been told. My lawsuit is coming within the next 30 to 40. Well, it might be a little bit longer than that because we're going to depose her. So once her deposition is complete, at that point is probably when we will actually our federal lawsuit against her.
And Tina is absolutely correct. Family law cases are automatically closed. What she's doing isn't closed case material. And what he is saying is it might take longer, yes, than 45 days, because when you depose someone, you got to make sure they can be there for that time and date. They find a date that works for both attorneys and the persons involved and all of that. So, yeah, sometimes it does take a little longer depending on how that goes. But he's saying once she's deposed, he's pretty much is assuming that they're going to fight back and that they're going to have to file suit on this, which means that they will be going through the court system with all of this.
And that's what KJ's scared of.
If I were her,
my personal opinion,
I would want to get the lawyers to try to settle this without bringing it into a courtroom.
Me neither. Yeah, I'd be like, nope, don't want
that the second time around with the Tati Westbrook stuff.
Yeah. She
went through all of that crap and she somehow, and I say somehow, but she got it. Her attorney went with jurisdiction, which is not proving anything at that point, just that the jurisdiction of the case was filed in the wrong state. And that's kind of the easy way out, in my opinion, when it comes to things like that. But yes, they can absolutely do that. And it's absolutely a true thing that can happen. But when they did go and file suit or go and say, hey, we're refiling in your state, this is what we're going to talk about before we file. These are what we're saying, and this is what we're going to do if you don't agree to this. And she was like, I don't want to go through this crap again. Let's figure this out. And that was the smart thing to do.
It was.
I think if she was smart, she'd figure it out and just do what she has to do now to not drag this out into the court system and have everyone have to. I mean, that airs out more dirty laundry that you don't want aired out. That's just
exactly
what it's going to come down to. So that's a smart thing to do.
Sure. We will also, any advertisers that have been used or that have bought ad time on these videos that were slanderous and defaming, we're going to notify those advertisers of the slander and defamation that has taken place, and if they are in support of that, because that would expand our lawsuit. So there's multiple things that we've got in the works right now and that are going to be, I think rather revealing when it actually comes out. So,
yeah. And then, so now that that's all done, let's get into the better part of the podcast, which is him taking calls and answering questions. None of them had to do with Katie. So they were actually just actual questions about them and their life and things like that. Like I said, the first caller that actually called in wanted to know the zodiac sign of Todd and his wife and kids and all of that because she was into the astrology part. So that's very interesting too. But that was Chrisley's Confessions update of the week. And that is what everyone's been talking about this week on YouTube was the podcast and what Todd said and all the tweets that KJ has been going back and forth tweeting. It's been
a lot. She doesn't stop.
Yeah, she never stops tweeting, and
nope.
It's not illegal to have a tweet bot in a Discord server, and I got nothing to hide. And if you're part of the squad server, you know we do have a KJ tweet bot that tweets out all of her tweets. And it's more just a record and informational zone for all of us to see everything.
It's true.
It was a lot. I mean, she's not talking very much about Todd Chrisley as much as she's been going kind of back and forth per se with McCrae this week.
Yeah. I think she just
she finds going on.
Yeah, she and it's like there's so many like arguments that she's in. It's how do you keep up with that? Like
there's a lot. I know there's a lot. That's why the bot helps, so that way we can go back and look, because she also decides that she likes to delete certain tweets, and you like to know everything that's being said, especially when it comes to things like that.
Yeah.
But she did say yesterday in a tweet, cannot prove if this is true or not, guys. She did say, "Welp, finally know with 100% certainty who sent all the threats. We got the right people." I don't know who these right people are because she has not named anybody. She has put a lot out there with who she thinks were the people sending the threats. So we really do not know. And I can't say that's an actual fact because we still don't know if that is an actual fact, what she tweeted. But she did tweet out yesterday that they do know for 100% fact who sent out all those threats. So I'd love to see what that mess was all about, since we did all, I know I watched it, I know a lot of you watched it happen for the last year, because it's been going on since the Tati case, which is almost not completely there yet, a year of back and forth and all of that. So that'll probably be in next week's recap. Who, if they put it out there, we don't know. And they might be now going through the channels of prosecuting those people for those threats. And that's a whole nother, have to go put that through the court system and all of that. So if she did find out for 100% certainty, eventually we will know, because she will say something, and we probably will find out regardless through the court system who did do this, and there will probably be a lawsuit with that, with the person that sent out the threats and their claims if they did or didn't do it, kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
So that might be the fourth one that people are saying there's 4 lawsuits that KJ has coming. We know Todd. We know Steve has said that he has sued Katie. I don't know for certainty who the third person is. I've heard some back and forth on who it could be. And then the fourth probably will be her with the threats and everybody else, because Salty's involved in that. He is definitely going to pursue pressing charges on the person that sent the threats. A lot of people will probably want to press charges on the person that sent threats, because that is just a lot of unnecessary threatening of somebody. And that's going above and beyond too far.
Tis true.
I wish I could throw wrenches.
Like,
I wish I could, throw you a wrench, so that way you could throw wrenches at everybody too. It would make life easier. We could all have wrenches here.
Everybody have a wrench now. She's in like 4 different lawsuits. Jesus Christ.
That's what they're saying.
I know.
People are assuming. Like I said, I know of the 2.
Yeah, but like,
would be then the threatening. That would be her pressing charges. So that would still be considered a lawsuit and being in that. So, if anything, that would be one of them.
But can you imagine being in 4? Like, if it is 4 lawsuits, Jesus, man. Like, she went from 1.
That's a lot for one person. And then to keep track of each thing for each one. She needs a good filing system. That's all I need to say. You better have a good filing system.
Well, that's it, guys. We know what we're getting KJ for Christmas. A file effect system.
A filing system. I'll give her a hard drive for each case and a filing cabinet for all the papers.
Yep.
She definitely needs one.
Oh God, yeah. With all the stuff that's been happening, it's like, okay.
Right? Well, moving on to other news, since we got
other drama.
The Chrisleys. First KJ update. We have Jaclyn Glenn, which I'm so happy.
Oh.
I'm so excited for her too. She posted a screenshot. She posted a tweet on Twitter, and I'm going to pull that up for us so that we can look at it. And so we all know that Jaclyn is pregnant. She's having a beautiful baby coming very soon. I'm so excited for her and David.
I know.
There was this beautiful tweet that says, "Your due date has arrived." Now, this was posted on I know she said in her video, the due date was the 17th. So the 17th of August was her due date. I've been checking till up to I started the YouTube recap to see if there's any news. It looks like, guys, she is still pregnant and has not had the baby yet. But I am on baby watch duty. I am waiting to see that first photo so we can all celebrate for her and see how cute the baby will be.
Yes.
But yeah, she is still pregnant. And she also did a video last week, which I thought was pretty funny and interesting. And she found it rather interesting and funny as well. Even though some of the things that people say just proves to the point that people go above and beyond. And
God, yeah. The comments are vicious.
So it was a video called Pregnancy Hate Comments. People are super mad. So like I said, to see the horrible things and nasty comments that people actually leave on her channel are just crazy. They're just crazy. But the way she read them and was able to laugh them off, it was a great video to check out and realize no matter what kind of video you do on YouTube, it could be about anything. You could be about peanut butter and jelly. People will still hate on creators for no reason, and you got to learn to just laugh and brush them off.
That you do.
I did find a couple of comments that I wanted to read to you guys. So the very first one, though, that was up there said, "Hope you bring your child up better than your parents did you." And it was like, what?
Ooh.
I think he was raised pretty damn well, in my opinion. But, I mean, gosh. A few other ones were, "Poor child to be born in such a vile household," which is furthest from the truth in my eyes. Jaclyn and her husband, David, are amazing, funny, talented individuals. And I think that their child will have an amazing life. Like, David has such a beautiful singing voice. I have him on Instagram, and he does these, song, remixes. Oh, my God. He has such an amazing voice. And actually, Jaclyn did one with him, and that was freaking beautiful, too. So she's talented there singing, too. Oh, my God. They're both so talented. Another one was, "Reproduction is for selfish fools who believe in fairy tales." Well, it's kind of a fairy tale. They're a beautiful couple.
Mm-hmm. Tis true.
Yep. Jaclyn, this comment got to me just a little bit. "Jaclyn, I thought you hated kids and that you were child-free by choice. But then you get pregnant accidentally and it actually all flies out the window. Wow, you're so fake. Your baby deserves a better mother than you. Someone who actually wants them." That is just so...
That's vile.
And nasty. And what's kind of funny about it, though, is that she actually wanted a child and was planning for it. She was taking ovulational tests to see when she was ovulating. So I'm glad to see that she was, found entertainment in it, and it was funny, and we all got a good laugh from it. And if you haven't seen it and you want a good laugh, just remember, there's always going to be nasty people out there, no matter what somebody does. It could be a beautiful video about how she's, finding out that she's pregnant, or the gender of the baby reveal, or just the cute gifts she got for Christmas, or the photo shoot that she did with her pregnancy photo shoot. No matter what, there's always going to be those people leaving nasty comments just because they don't like someone. And it's just pure for the fact they just don't like somebody. It doesn't, that person could do nothing. They could be an angel, a saint, and they'll find something wrong.
Oh,
this is unfortunately how our world has become. And it's easy to hide behind a keyboard. And that also makes it worse when it comes to YouTube, that these people would probably never say this to her face. But if you're looking for something funny to watch, she did put that out last week on the 11th on her Jaclyn Glenn channel, and I did get a good laugh or two from them. But there was some comments that I was like, wow. Why would you even say that? That is just below the belt there. But it happens, unfortunately. So, next topic. Thursday on the 19th, OnlyFans announced that they will be banning the P word. Now, it's a surprise move meant to protect its partnerships with the banks and payment providers. The platform will still allow creators to post N photos and videos, but not any S explicit content. I know I bolded the words that I can't say, so that way I don't say it by accident.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about OnlyFans here, guys. The change goes in effect starting October of this year. Now, OnlyFans brings in money with the revenue estimate to reach $2.5 billion in 2022.
That's amazing.
On total sales of $12.5 billion. That's a lot of money.
It sure is.
So normally, any other startup with that type of revenue would have no trouble raising money. The problem is that the banks are they're very conscious about the P companies in general, and often struggle to find payment providers willing to do business with them. Being arguably the highest profile company in the industry, it may be surprising that OnlyFans allowed P photo material for as long as it did. Another company that allowed creators to charge for their work was Patreon at one point. And Patreon also ramped up its policies on adult content back in 2018 as payment providers turned down doing business with them because of the kind of content that people were allowed to put up there. These companies find it easy to ban the content altogether than trying to find a solution that works for all parties, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And because these platforms allow anyone to sign up, the investors who reportedly have been worried, and this is a big worry, and I understand it, that minors could subscribe and see these adult creators' contents. They're also worried that the minors could be making content of their own on this platform, which is, like I said, I can see it's a big concern. And you can try and prevent it, but there will always be ways people will get around things like that, unfortunately. OnlyFans has been trying to raise money at a $1 billion valuation, And although it could be profitable without raising new money, the companies have existing investors who want to sell their shares for a profit. Most recently, OnlyFans has launched its first mobile app, which surprisingly, guys, is free of any nudity. I think I can say that word. I'm going to say it. OnlyFans cannot offer its more raunchy content through the apps because of iOS or Android due to the App Store rules that Apple and Google have set in place. So with their mobile app, you will not see any of that on there. So it's kind of in that step direction anyways with the mobile app that they started, not being able to show it. And then now the website saying, you know what, we're going to start in October, not allowing that kind of material on the website. But the problem is the website started by growing off the back of these S workers who found a safe haven in the platform to be able to charge their fans for access to their explicit photos and videos.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there is a huge stigma surrounding S in the world. Just the S word, not S work, just the S word. And OnlyFans empowered a new generation of entrepreneurs to run their own independent businesses while also making millions doing it. Still was not enough to change that perspective of it. Unfortunately, now instead of looking like a positive force in the world for some of these people that do that as a work thing, OnlyFans could be seen as betraying the people that got them there to where they are today. And turning away from the explicit content could indeed help to attract more upscale partners and investors. But the S workers, they will still remain the underground economy where they've always been stuck at and their work not acceptable. OnlyFans could get past the P word to be successful, and they want to become a creator economy platform for other type of content. But its reputation, I hate to say it, has been ingrained for a place to go to find that kind of content.
It's true.
When you hear the word OnlyFans, what do you guys think? I know when I hear the word OnlyFans, what comes to mind? Unfortunately, they're never going to get past that stigma no matter what they do.
Nope.
So it's going to be a big battle, even though they're going to ban it. It's going to be a big battle for them, whether or not it's people are going to be, because what if I said to you guys one day, hey guys, I decided, I made an OnlyFans for you guys to come and see, member only kind of videos and photos and things like that. You guys, it's immediately the thought process is going to be, what, girl? What are you doing on OnlyFans? I'm not going there to find those. But that's just the stigma behind the name and how it all came about.
Yeah.
I would be better off saying to you guys, I made a Patreon for you guys than saying I made an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Because just the word and the whole, how the website started, we all know came from that.
We all know it.
The big news on OnlyFans that people are talking about, whether it's going to work or not, and how people are going to take this. And I hate to say it, one of their biggest people on OnlyFans is Trisha. So I can only imagine what Trisha is going to feel. Trisha makes a lot of money on OnlyFans.
She does.
So I can only imagine what she's going to think when she finds out in October she can't do this anymore.
A lot of people are going to be really pissed off.
She'll be able to still post photos and things like that, but she can't be posting those videos that she used to make. Which I've heard about those videos. I've watched plenty of YouTube videos where the YouTuber bought, a monthly subscription to an OnlyFans just to watch the videos and tell you guys what the videos they saw on that was. And you would be kind of it's kind of raunchy for sure. It's very raunchy. So
it definitely is, from what I've heard.
Unfortunately, we're going to be waiting to see how that all goes down. October is just around the corner.
It sure is. October's in, what, a month and a bit?
September, October, so a month and a half. Yep.
Yep.
Also, we got some great news today. So far, when I say it's great news, it is great news. But the problem with this news is the person that it's about actually has not confirmed it yet. And the representatives for these people had no comment on it yet. But the sources that are close to the family have reported this. So, Kylie Jenner, yay, is going to be a mom again. If this is so true, I'm so happy for her.
Me too.
Multiple sources exclusively confirmed to page6.com that Kylie is pregnant and expecting her second child with on-again, off-again love Travis Scott. Yay! I'm so happy to see that too. That if this is true, I'm so happy that her and Travis are working out because they make a beautiful couple. They really do.
Yeah, they do.
So the rumors first sparked of her pregnancy this summer when she stepped out in an extremely baggy shirt while in Idaho. Kylie also shared a photo of her sushi ordered, which appeared to be all avocado rolls. And instead of any raw fish, which sushi is mainly raw fish. When you think sushi, you think raw fish.
You do.
Which led fans to immediately pick up on that. Even one of them tweeting, Kylie's eating sushi without fish. She's pregnant. Seemingly, though, wanting to throw her fans off track when that happened, Kylie then posted a photo of a cocktail on her Instagram story, writing nothing like a martini, followed by a photo of a food dish with raw fish. However, there was one other person that did point out in the comments for that saying, but is she actually consuming it? ? Which is all, yeah, that's very good.
It's a very good question.
And I said that last time when she hid the pregnancy and people were speculating. I was kind of saying the same thing where she's like, well, she's not eating this. She's not eating that. She must be pregnant. I'm like, well, is she, but she's posting pictures. And it's like, but is she eating it even though she's posting the pictures? And how do we know those pictures aren't from a month ago? Like kind of thing. So, well, the news did come after Caitlyn Jenner sparked speculation Thursday by announcing that she's expecting another grandchild. But it does turn out, too, that her son, Bert Jenner, is expecting a third baby with his girlfriend. But it looks like the sources have confirmed that Kylie is also pregnant. A source with direct knowledge told TMZ that Kylie is still in the very early stages of the pregnancy and does not know the sex of the baby, who will make 3-year-old Stormy a big sister, which is so cute.
Oh, so precious.
Right. So, but yes, a rep was not available for comments, and Kylie has not confirmed it herself yet. So again, we can't really say for 100% certainty that the sources close. I mean, it's a good possibility that she's pregnant if these are very close sources to the family. And it was on a whole bunch of different websites, Twitter, YouTube, people were talking about it. So we can only wait to see. I have the video of Caitlyn when she was talking about it for you guys to check out really quick. So this was from TMZ. They posted on their little news article about it. They posted this video that when they saw Caitlyn.
18 kids, 18 grandchildren. I keep telling the girls they're not too excited about this, but we want to go for 30.
30.
That's a round number. I just found out the other day that I have another one in the oven. Oh, wow. Yes, I found out the other day, so that's 19. So we only got 10 to go.
If Bert is expecting and then say Kylie is expecting, that makes 20. So, but the way he said it, he said, I have 18 grandbabies. And this is what I'm so used to thinking her father kind of thing. Caitlin said, I got 18 grandbabies, and one I just found out has a bun in the oven. I've been telling the girls that I want 30 grandbabies. And then at the end, she says, so that's 10 more to go. Well, 19, that would make 11. Not 10 more to go. That would make 11. So was she insinuating a little bit right there also? That she
might have been.
There was actually 20 grandbabies, 2 more on the way? I did pick up on that, and that's why I wanted to play the video for you guys. Because I was like, I'm not that bad on math that I know how to do math. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
But also, Kylie did release this week that she has a new swim line called Kylie Swim, which she posted 2 pictures on her Instagram of the line. And I have them. I think these bathing suits are absolutely gorgeous. And I can't wait to show you because she showed one with her wearing it and one of a bunch of different designs of the swimsuits. So let me put it up for you guys so you guys can all check it out with us. I just hope it's not like extremely pricey because I would love to buy one of these swimsuits, to be honest. I would love to buy one. So this is the one that she had on, that she was wearing. Very beautiful. I love the design, the colors, all of that. And I believe the next one is, let me look in the file. The next one is after, yes. So it is this way. And there you go. This is all the different swimsuits that she is putting in her line. So if we zoom in, I love this one piece right here. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
Here's the same kind of one piece. That's beautiful. This one's beautiful too. And it's right there as well. 2 pieces. If we zoom in up here more, I don't know why it doesn't want me to zoom in up. There we go. You can see that's the one that Kylie had on. Here's another one with, no straps. That one's pretty as well. So she does.
They're very pretty.
Looks like a lot of pink, yellow, and orange, which I don't get me wrong. I don't hate those colors, especially together. They look like it's like a tropical sun.
It is.
I wish I could zoom into this one because I love that it's like you have half. It's like a half suit kind of thing. But yeah. So it doesn't say when on the Instagram it will be coming, like a date for it. It just says coming soon. So, unfortunately, as soon as we find that out, I would love to let you guys know.
Yes.
Also with Kylie, I found this interesting, but I couldn't believe I didn't know until today, guys. Kylie also announced on August 1st that her new Kylie cosmetic products had officially launched in Ulta stores all over the country and online. So I am going to Ulta and gonna check that out. And I know a lot of people will be happy with that too, because so many people have been like, why can't you just put it in Ulta or Sephora or stuff like that so we can get them, like, not just online on her site. So she has the new products that she has put out are now available on Ulta.com and stores around the country.
That's awesome.
So if you have an Ulta over there, that means they got them over there as well.
That we have an Ulta. We got.
Really?
Yeah, we don't have an Ulta.
Oh, darn.
It's all good though.
Yeah, it happens. But hey, you can always purchase it online because they ship worldwide, from what I was told.
Yes, I could.
It doesn't mean that the shipping won't be ridiculous, but
yeah.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah, it sure does.
That's a lot that we covered. 2 hours worth of a recap of all the drama and great news too. Not just all the drama. There was a lot of great news involved in the recap. And a lot of interesting news that we've learned as well that have been happening throughout this whole week. It's been one hell of a long week.
Yeah, sure has.
What do you guys think? Have you guys seen anything that we've missed this week? I know I saw today Charlotte did a video about Truth Sleuth and Backwoods Barbie and DMs being shown, and that was very interesting to see. But this is just another example of how YouTube works with creators, and unfortunately, someone said in the chat, like, you're just expect that the DMs might be shown one day, and that was advice that I got even as a moderator at one time. So unfortunately, this is how it works. So watch everything you say when you are talking, because it's possible that it can happen. It's very possible.
It is possible.
But it's been a hell of a week, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. And I want to finish this Trisha video for you guys. So we've been here for 2 hours. It's been so much fun. I want to finish the video for you guys so you can see all about that and put all the pieces we kind of talked about today with Keemstar and Ethan and her and a little sprinkle of Gabby, of course.
Of course.
Together. And enjoy that video and let me know what you guys think about it tomorrow when I put it up. I think I'm going to premiere it for you guys so that way we can come here and chat a little bit in the chat together. Why it plays. Why not?
Why not?
And Josh is working on some great projects for his channel. I'm so very proud of him. So get forward to Josh not oversleeping.
I always oversleep.
Actually streaming next week.
Yes, I will be streaming at some point. I know I've missed 2 days, is it? Yeah.
You've missed a couple days.
I've missed a couple of days, but yeah, I will be back to making more content.
And he's making, even not that his content wasn't bad before, because it was great. He's perfecting it. He's adding more sugar and spice to it, which I love. And that's, we're working hard for you guys. We are working extra hard for you.
That we are.
It's been a wonderful YouTube weekly recap, guys. I'm so thankful for you all being here. I hope that you guys enjoyed the stream as well and everything that we had to tell you about. And we will be here, of course, next week for more YouTube weekly recap.
That we will.
Josh.
Yes.
Sign them off. Sign them off with your beautiful words of wisdom.
I'm signing everyone off. Yes. So I'm going to change it to we are sending love and support to anybody who needs it right now.
Hell yeah.
Because the world needs love and support.
Indeed, it does. And we are here to support any one of you guys because we love you all just like you guys love us. We're here to support you as well. Thank you. We appreciate it. You have no idea how much you guys mean to us. We can't tell you enough how much our subscribers, viewers mean to us. It's been amazing, all the love and support that we all have together and just the friends that we can make, because I love talking to each one of you. I love being in the Discord with you guys. And if you guys want, I did say we can watch a movie tonight. I might just pop in and put a movie on if you guys want to join me.
We might do it. I don't see why not.
So come and join.
Yep.
So come and join. So I will be over there on Discord. I hope to see you guys. If not, have a great weekend, and I will see you tomorrow for the premiere. And have a lovely, lovely weekend, guys. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.